Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So I want to discuss the new changes that came to the Bozjan Southern Front, specifically to Bozjan coin drops with the hotfix today and my thoughts on them. The hotfix made it so that now skirmishes will give you 1 Bozjan coin for a silver or above rating, and that critical engagements will give you 3 Bozjan coins for completing them. For reference, the first boss of Castrum Lake Latori would give you 5 Bozjan coins. The second, depending on how many guards you successfully saved, could give a total of 6, 1 per guard saved, and then 5 for the boss being taken down for a total of 11. And then the final boss would give 10 coins, for a potential maximum of 26 coins per run. From a purely numbers perspective, Castrum still seems to be a very strong and viable farm, and will also give the potential chance for special Bozjan upgrade coffers to drop from the treasure chests that is undeniably valuable, although RNG would absolutely have its way with me, to say the least. As always, if you want to help support me and my content, I'd be incredibly grateful if you dropped a cat daddy on top of that subscribe button and did the good old cat daddy butt squash to that subscribe button. Oh god, these really are getting worse. So my perspective is that this is one of the best changes that could have happened for the relic armor sets that we have in game for Shadowbringers expansion. When it came to the relic armor, I can say even myself, having farmed Castrum Lake Latori probably honestly well over 100 times within the first 2 weeks, that I found the armor upgrade extremely slow and almost to the point where it was painful. I admit I almost came to the point where I looked forward to the ability to actually buy the upgrades off of the market board rather than continue to grind Castrum. I say this because you needed 999, so 999 coins for the body and legs, as in 999 per, and then an additional 500 coins for gloves, boots, and helmet. That leads to a total of 3,498 coins that would be acquired in potentially 135 perfect and successful, as in all 6 cards saved, runs of Castrum. Which honestly, given the fact that I did buy a set of gear, probably, and it was for my healers for the record, I probably honestly have hit well over 135 runs of Castrum already. Oof. Now, to keep it brief, what I'd do for Castrum would be that I would honestly log in and go to the Bozjan Southern Front, and while I did not AFK much, I would not take critical engagements or skirmishes seriously. They would be actually the last content that I'd actually run to. I'd actually find myself just dilly-daddling, talking, and like chatting with people who are connecting to me, which is, for the record, the coolest thing, honestly. Like, don't feel worried about whispering me in game. I mean, like, no one's bugging me. Like, it's actually I have to say, it's like the one real reward of this channel is like being able to talk to everyone. That really makes it really worth it. But my point is, like, I'd spend more time talking to people and conversing with the community than I would to run to critical engagements or skirmishes, and my medal dropping to 0 probably indicates that quite seriously, that I literally just didn't take them seriously at all. And yeah, the problem leading to that was that the weapon grind I had already showcased, and the methods to acquire the weapons so much faster outside of the Bozjan Southern Front, being a very quick 60 fates and 6 dungeons that can be down in 7 minutes. And that weapon grind style, I didn't have any issues, and I blew through it in a matter of like 3 days. And from that, I did not have any desire to touch content outside of the Castrum. I didn't have any ambition to rank up to rank 15, nothing. I just wanted the armor pieces. Ultimately, it did turn into me simply hunting for Castrum parties, jumping from instance to instance to instance, and honestly being very disappointed when my Castrum group that I sometimes waited an hour for fell apart. It was incredibly discouraging to spend an hour waiting and keeping myself busy to only see 18 people queued in, and then likewise 18's less than 40, so people left en masse. Ugh. But to me, this change I honestly genuinely find extremely healthy for the state of Bozjan's southern front and for the player basis, and I do believe that this is going to make things accessible for more players, which I have always been and will always stand for. So you have 3 coins now per critical engagement and 1 per skirmish, and that's actually really significant when you consider that you also can farm those to get other extremely useful things at the same time as the coins. Perhaps in many cases, that's honestly making it even more lucrative than if you were grinding cast from Lacus Latori. Take, for example, leveling a new job. I have talked to many people who are completely enjoying leveling all of their DPS classes in the Bozjan Southern Front and focusing on skirmishes or critical engagements, completely not touching Castrum. Other loot like lot boxes and essences and the rest can be obtained, which are still selling extremely well on the market board and are a part of a item group that I personally categorize as special or niche items, and these are still extremely, these are still an extremely lucrative market to go after and are going to be a part of my ultimate guild making series. Which video that might be, 11 or 12, I'm not sure, but it is on my long list. So all in all, I want to say that this is really a great change, and I am genuinely happy to see it. I think that it is extremely needed and very healthy. Even as I said before, like, I needed to take a look at my own playstyle when people were asking me my opinion on it, and realize that for me, this motivates me more to be more active and engage in these activities rather than jump instance to instance waiting for a caster to spawn as I am like chatting it up with people. And as I said, given my medal, might be a, a really good thing. Whoops. But without saying much, all I can say is that it's really been a hard 2 weeks, and the caster was a nice distraction from other bad stuff going on, and I fainted more in Castrum than a telenovela character. Just to explain why 0 medal. Though I should be able to at least blame that in part because of the cat daddies, right? Is anyone gonna buy that excuse? No? No? I didn't think so. Anyhow, those are just my thoughts on this, and I'm genuinely a lot more optimistic for the coin grind, and I am really happy that this is going to be able to enable and empower different playstyles to try and gear up. I think that that's extremely healthy. Anyhow, these are just one person's thoughts and opinions, and I am very much always curious to see what you guys, the community, thinks in the comments. So let me know, what are your thoughts on these changes? Do you like them or not? And as always, if you want to help support me and my content, I'd be incredibly grateful if you dropped a cat daddy on top of that like button and did the good old cat daddy butt squash to that subscribe button. I can't say that with a straight face. Anyhow, that is all for this video, and I hope you have a genuinely beautiful day.